Hi, my name is Kade Martin. I'm 12 years old and I live in Dunsborough, Western Australia. I love surf, skate, footy, all sports I love doing. 2 years ago I broke my knee. I did my MCL and I couldn't surf or play football at the time or do any sport for 6 to 8 weeks. Means a lot, really, so that I can travel for surfing and competing, get coaching, and yeah.
Hi, my name's Ashlee Harris. I'm in year 11 and I go to Northern College of the Arts and Technology, and I'm the recipient of the Alaxandrea League Upper Secondary Scholarship. And I probably describe myself mostly as a creatively driven person. I love to paint, I love to draw, I love to play guitar, and I love to bake. My dreams within school is to probably get to top arts. I'd love to have some of my studio arts finals displayed at the NGV. That's probably my biggest dream short term. But I'd also like to continue running my little business, selling commissions. Biggest hardship to have an effect on my life would definitely be my relationship with my dad, and how he hasn't really supported my little family. But it's taught me to overcome a lot easier as well. My mum has worked really hard to get where she is in her career at the moment, after being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years. And being a single parent without child support is really hard, but this money is going to be a really big help. The scholarship for me means a lot more freedom with what I can do. It means a lot less stress, and it just means that a lot of doors are open to me, really. I wouldn't have been able to go to this new specialist school if I didn't get that sort of money.
Hi, my name is Zara and I'm a recipient of the YAL and City of Wanneroo Upper Secondary 2022 Scholarship. I'm in year 12 and I go to school in the City of Wanneroo. Learning about the human body is something that I'm interested in, and furthering my studies upon that in university is something that I also strive to do. I also like filmmaking and to put my ideas on a visual aspect so an audience can view it. My hopes for the future is to get a great ATAR mark that I'm happy with, that will actually help me get into the course that I'm willing to go in university, which is microbiology at UWA. Money has always been an issue in my household. As my mother's English competency skills aren't at the level required for jobs these days, it is hard for her to get a job. This scholarship means so much to me because it will help aid with the finances in my house, and it will help me focus more on my studies. And if I focus more on my studies, I'll get the ATAR that I really want and get into microbiology.
Hi, my name is Amelia and I am a boarder at St Saviour's College in Toowoomba. I was the recipient of the YAL Upper Secondary Scholarship. I love to read, I love playing music, listening to music, and hanging out with friends and family. So my dreams for the future is to be able to afford my own car and be able to go to uni to study pharmacy to eventually become a pharmacist. My mum was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2019, so we had to move from Queensland to New South Wales for her to receive treatment. I stayed at boarding school in Queensland because I had some really good teachers and really good friendships. And then COVID hit, so the border was a bit of a problem. So it was kind of difficult not knowing and not being able to support my mum, not knowing when I can go see her next. The scholarship to me means that I am supported and that I have some guidance and I'm able to really focus on school instead of focusing on money and anything that I might have difficulty with affording.
Hi, I'm Jaegger Byrne. I am the recipient of the YAL and Harrison Family Upper Secondary Scholarship. I'm going into year 10 this year and I attend Kent Street Senior High School. I enjoy going to the beach. I love a good adventure. I play footy. I got most consistent 2 years in a row. And I love hanging with my family, cooking. In the future, I'd like to attend uni. I'm not too sure what I really want to do yet, but I would like to help people or help kids. Growing up, I've had to bounce between lots of different houses, whether that may be my pops or my aunts or even my brothers. And that's been like difficult to get used to different routines. Dad being the only income, it's been pretty hard because there's so many siblings, like 3 brothers and 2 sisters. That's a lot to handle. This scholarship would give me a sense of consistency with financial support, and it would take the burden off Dad and definitely make me feel less guilty almost.
Hi, my name is Alexandrea. I am in Year 11 this year and I attend John Paul College. I was awarded the YAL and Scavello Systems WA Upper Secondary Scholarship for Indigenous students. Well, I am mainly interested in things like poetry and performing arts, as well as I enjoy my sports and long distance running. My aspirations and dreams for the future is to really push through ATAR this year and next year and get a really high enough school so that way I can go into university and attend any degree or course that I want, and I can choose that pathway and not be kind of told based off of which school. So that's going to be a bit of a struggle and a challenge to be able to do, and that's why the scholarship's going to help me, because I'll be able to pay for things like specialised tutoring with some of the subjects because they're intensive and hardcore. I'm really invested and interested in going to university, and I really want to go down the pathway of engineering or sciences because that's just like an awesome area at the moment, and the way it's like advancing technology and society as a whole, as well as boosting our economy. I'm like, well, it's doing so much for humanity. I want to be part of that. Hardships, that is, a bit of a difficult question, but all the same, it's still a part of my story. So my biological father, I currently have nothing to do with him, and he doesn't really pay for any of my expenses, living expenses or schooling. So anything that I had to do, we had to scrape for money and things like that, because we're currently living in a house that Mum's renovating, and she's single parenting to 3 kids. So I go between here and my grandfather's because it's like cramped and noisy and hard to focus some days.
Hello everyone, I'm Ruby Mineur and I'm the recipient of the YAL Post-Secondary Scholarship, for which I'm extremely grateful. And I study linguistics and German at the University of Melbourne. I also really love music, so I play the trumpet and I try to sing, not very good at singing, but play in various jazz ensembles in Melbourne, at the Conservatorium of Music in Melbourne as well, which I love. So those are my main interests, linguistics and jazz. I guess my dreams for the future are based on what I find myself enjoying at the moment. So something I love at the moment is the university environment. When I was able to be on campus, I absolutely loved it, and I felt very much as if I belonged there. And I was just really excited to be around researchers and teachers, so I would love to have a career in academia. I would say one of my most significant hardships was receiving a quite late diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. The fact of being diagnosed itself is actually a great thing, I think, because it's not something you can change about yourself. But certainly before my diagnosis, which was in 2020, autism was something that caused me quite a bit of stress, and was a bit of a barrier for me in terms of being able to engage in social and educational situations and in work as well. To me, most of all, it means being able to access the things that bring me joy, like university study and playing music, without having to make compromises. Throughout my life, I've sort of felt I have to choose between various financial expenses and haven't been able to necessarily focus as much as I would like on the things that really bring me joy. So the scholarship is incredibly significant to me because it will allow me to just calmly focus on the things I love instead of feeling like I'm compromising on another area of life.
Hi, my name is Khin. I am a recipient of the YAL and Hillary Farrand Scholarship for students with disabilities. I am studying integrated medical science and clinical practice at UWA. So along the way, I am learning sign languages, especially Australian Sign Language, which is Auslan, and American Sign Language, which is ASL. And I am just interested in learning about deaf cultures and their stories. As someone who has disability myself, it is quite inspiring to see how people with disability and disadvantages manage and cope with their disability and become successful in their career and in their personal life. So I hope to become one of them. So with the scholarship, I would like to learn advanced healthcare in ASL and Auslan, because I am interested in promoting deaf awareness and other just general accessibility and inclusivity for people with not just deafness, but also just people with disabilities and other disadvantages. So being born in a developing country with disability makes it challenging for me to just to grow up, because there are limited deaf awareness and limited just supports just in general, like education and healthcare. So because of this resulted in delayed diagnosis of my disability. So, and I had to quickly catch up to learn just to be in the same education grade as my peers. However, it's just I see this as opportunities rather than challenges, and it really helps me to become more resilient along the way. This scholarship means quite a lot to me, because when I heard that I am one of those recipients, it just shows me that they acknowledge my my skills and my future dreams, despite my disability. So it means that it makes me want to work harder, just and more focused, and just never give up on whatever I want to become in the future. At the same time, when I see those other scholarship recipients, and I heard that there will be networking opportunities with previous mentors and other just amazing people, it just really means a lot to me again, because it just means that I'm not alone in this journey.